What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Tech Talk Vids. And you can see that finger smudged case on this. Oh, wow, that does look horrible on camera, doesn't it? We're looking at the Acer Nitro 5 today. It's time for my impressions. Alright, guys, first things first, I really enjoyed the keyboard changing the lights and stuff on it. Not that that's like a everyday feature or something that you absolutely have to have, but been awesome for me. Now, so we're going to sign in real quick, get this thing unlocked so you guys can see kind of what's going on here. We'll open a fresh page, and there's the screen. I will say this on the display right at getting into this Acer, it is very quick. You can see the refresh rate is super snappy, right? 144 hertz according to that. It is only at full HD, but I'm not pixel peeping on this. It is a matte display. Looks great. Using it for different things like getting into DaVinci Resolve, which you guys can see here. I've already done some video editing in DaVinci with this thing, and it has worked out really, really, really good. Getting into Windows, it does take a little bit of getting used to using. I've just been using Mac for so long for video editing and everything else that this has taken a little, just a little getting used to getting back into Windows. The keys are exceptionally responsive. They're not mushy. They feel really good. So I don't know if inside they're using like a butterfly design or whatever, but they definitely do feel really clicky, really good. And you can see it lets me select stuff as I go up and down. No issues at all there. Like I said, extremely snappy, no issues. I have not upgraded the RAM yet. I wanted to keep this thing where it was as far as RAM and performance and all that through my review period before I got into upgrading it. Which gets me to like the best part, right? Upgrading it. Now there's a couple different things on this laptop that I have gripes about. The biggest thing is the fingerprints, right? You can see it. Even if I wipe this off, and I've seen this, I don't know, I was doing research on this laptop before I got it, and I saw somebody else had this issue when they posted their review, and it doesn't matter. I could wipe this thing off, all right, and it's still, you still see the oil, and I don't have, I'm ashy, all right? I'm an ashy dude, especially out here in the desert, and I can tell you right now, no amount of lotion I put on, before you say put on lotion, don't be ashy, doesn't matter. Still get ashy. My fingers aren't super oily and I'm doing this. If you got oily fingers, this thing's a mess. I would highly recommend getting a skin or something to go over the top of this. Otherwise, every time you touch that, look at that. Oof. Now, in the hardware department, this thing is a beast. Now, this one came with 512 gigabytes of storage. It does have slots for two, I don't know what you would call those, hard drives, and that, well, two flash drives, I guess is what you would call them, right? That go in for SSD flash. And then you have the ability to either put in a hard drive or another SSD drive. So you technically could have three different forms of storage on this thing. USB-C is on deck, HDMI. Battery life on this thing has been an absolute champ for me. No issues. Ports for days. You have an actual Ethernet port, another USB port over here, as well as the ones over here. And this thing is easily upgradable. So I was going in, and you can go do some different things through the command prompt to see what the computer is capable of as far as upgrade wise. And this thing said it could hold, which I don't think it's correct. I don't think I could put 256 gigs of RAM into this machine. But the fact that I can take it from 16 to 64 like that just by replacing some DDR5 RAM is awesome, because that extra RAM is going to make this thing an 8K editing beast. And at the price, now I got this one through Military Exchange, or some of you guys might call it NEX, Army Air Force might call it AFES, Marines might call it MEX, whatever. This right here, $700 bucks. $700 to get an i7 with a GTX 4050 graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM. We upgrade this thing to 64 gigs of RAM, it's going to be bananas. I've already done some crazy 8K video editing with it, and it's been flawless. With that extra RAM, it's going to make it easier when I go through the timeline as I'm editing video, as I'm trying to get higher quality stuff for you guys when we do these videos on stuff. But, and I needed a new laptop to run around with me that ran PC, because as I've been getting away from more Apple stuff, meaning the iPhone and stuff, and getting more into Samsungs and OnePluses and stuff, the Samsung with DeX and link to Windows and all that, I get to use all that right here, and I love it. But anyways, just my initial thoughts and impressions, not a full review. I am going to do videos on how to upgrade the RAM in this. I am probably going to upgrade the storage in this, reinstall Windows and all that stuff. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, stay tuned. I know it's not your regular cell phone tech video that you guys follow me for, but I do get into computers, I do get into automotive stuff, I do get into all that crap. So I'm sure we'll do some car scanners and key programmers and all of that stuff here as well. So if you like this video and you like what I do, please give the video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned. I will give you guys a full review and my full final thoughts and impressions on this in about another week after we give it some crack. After we give it some more RAM and make this thing bananas. Till next time, stay petty, my friend.